If you've been following the whirlwind of drama surrounding Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, you know it's been a cocktail of Hollywood glamour, behind-the-scenes friction, and enough legal filings to fill a library. But between April 2nd and April 7th, 2026, the case took a turn so sharp it left even the most seasoned legal experts reaching for their snacks and their law books. We're talking about dismissed claims, nine-figure settlement demands. Are you ready to dive into the docket? Because what happened in Judge Lyman's courtroom is about to change the narrative of this celebrity feud. On Thursday, April 2nd, at 4:30 p.m., the legal teams for both sides were likely polishing their notes for a scheduled conference call. Then came the notification. Judge Lyman had released a 152-page opinion. For context, that's longer than the screenplay for It Ends With Us. The result? The judge essentially performed a legal Thanos snap. Out of the 13 original claims, 10 were dismissed entirely. But the real kicker wasn't just the number of claims, it was who was left standing. Every single individual defendant was removed from the complaint. In an instant, the case shifted from a personal battle against individuals to a corporate showdown. The remaining defendants are now just two entities, Wayfarer and the It Ends With Us production entity. When the lawyers finally got on that conference call, they were essentially speechless. The conference lasted a mere 10 minutes because, as the experts put it, they collectively realized they had to go home and actually read the mountain of paperwork the judge just dumped on them. It was a massive blow to the plaintiff's side, but it raised a fascinating question. If the individuals are no longer being sued, do they even have to show up to the party? By Friday morning, the legal maneuvering was in full swing. Michael Gottlieb, representing the defense, started poking at a very sensitive bruise: the witness list. To win over a jury, you want those people sitting in the courtroom, looking the jury in the eye. But since those individuals have been dismissed from the case, they are no longer parties. Gottlieb began asking if these former defendants would show up in person, or if they would just deuces their way to California and provide testimony via a pre-recorded video deposition. Why does this matter? Because a video of a person isn't nearly as impactful as a person standing on a witness stand. For Blake Lively, this is a nightmare scenario. As the plaintiff, she has to be there. But if she's the only high-profile face the jury sees day after day, the focus shifts entirely to her. The jury starts asking, was it reasonable for her to feel this way in an environment she spent 5 pages describing that she created? While the lawyers played a game of I don't know who's testifying, the conversation suddenly took a sharp turn toward the one thing that talks louder than any witness: money. Rumors from the docket activity suggest that the demands have reached 9 figures. Yes, you read that right. We aren't talking about a few $1,000,000 to make a headache go away. We're talking about a potential $100 million-plus demand. The defense reportedly asked for a settlement number, and the response from the other side was essentially a shrug and a maybe $100 million, maybe $1 and an apology. This lack of cooperation led Gottlieb to involve the magistrate, forcing the opposition to put their demands on paper. Blake Lively appeared to double down on social media. She posted clips, statements, and that now infamous PGA letter. To the casual scroller, it looks like a star sharing her truth. To a legal analyst, it looks like sticker shock. When someone asks you for 9 figures, you either reach for your checkbook or you reach for your megaphone. Blake chose the megaphone. But as the trial date looms closer, will the reality of testifying under oath start to sink in? Gottlieb tried to force the judge's hand on Tuesday, demanding that the names of in-person witnesses be released by Wednesday. The judge, clearly unimpressed by the artificial urgency, ignored it. The opposing counsel ignored it. Everyone is essentially waiting for the big reveal this coming Friday. Friday is the first major pretrial deadline where the parties must upload everything. We're talking exhibits, witness lists, and the actual roadmap for the trial. This is the moment where the bluffing stops and the cards are dealt. We've seen the dismissals, the 9-figure demands, and the strategic social media posts. As we approach the Friday deadline, the tension is at an all-time high. Does Blake Lively have the evidence to back up her claims against the remaining corporate entities, or will the sticker shock lead to a quiet settlement behind closed doors? Is a $100 million settlement demand a fair price for this level of drama, Or is it a legal tactic designed to force a retreat? Drop a comment below and let us know your theories.